So despite the ratings dip, NFL games are still the most highly watched programming on Sunday. Today's Packers-Falcons game promises to draw a lot of attention. What is that matchup looking like?
Yeah, this is a great game, and with all respect to the Dallas Cowboys, I'm sorry, Jerry Jones, probably will showcase which team will be the best in the NFC this year. It comes down to a few things. One is whether or not you believe the Packers defense is marginally or even markedly improved from last year. If it is, Aaron Rodgers is poised to make another Super Bowl run. He's never really had a great defense, but the counter argument to that, Elaine, is they were playing the Seahawks, and they just looked awful on offense. And for the Falcons, they played the Bears in Week 1, barely won on the road. The Bears are supposed to be, frankly, and I'm a Bears fan, this is painful to admit, a dumpster fire. So were the Falcons coming off a little bit of a hangover from last year's Super Bowl, or are they just not as good? We'll find out. It's a new stadium. It's their first game at home. I think it'll come down to which of these two defenses can slow high-powered offenses late in the game.
All right, Bill, I'm from Chicago, too, so that dumpster fire description of the Bears hurts my heart. All right, let's move on. Let's turn to the college level. There were almost too many great games to cover. Clemson, USC, and Florida all had big wins. Anything surprise you?
Yeah, you know, and I got to apologize, and many of us in the national media on the sports side have to apologize to Tom Herman. Even though Texas lost that game at USC, I think in all those matchups, the expectation was USC would win going away. They barely pulled out the win. USC has Sam Darnold, maybe the best young quarterback in the country, after maybe second to Josh Rosen, also in L.A. You've got a USC team that's playing really good football. They've won 12 in a row, 12 in a row at home. Texas had that brutal loss to Maryland in Week 1 at home, and Tom Herman in some trouble for saying he couldn't just sprinkle magic pixie dust on his team to fix things. It seemed like that dysfunction would lead to Texas getting blown out at USC in L.A. Did not happen. I think the big takeaway is USC is an absolute title contender this year, but Texas, maybe, even with those two losses, a much better program early in the Tom Herman era than we thought.
All right, Bill Reiter, thank you so much, Bill.
You bet.